Hello, and welcome to the IGA Red Oval Roundup video edition. With me today is Jamie Liebig with Midwest Dairy.
Hey everyone, my name's Jamie with Midwest Dairy, as Heidi mentioned, and I work on behalf of dairy farmers throughout the country to grow dairy sales. So consumer expectations are rising, and they expect more from their food today, from both nutrition and from a taste perspective. So one of the things that you can do is you can tell dairy story. A lot of we see in the produce department, we see in the meat department, we see in the bakery department. Retailers do a really great job of telling the story of some of those departments. And you can do the same in dairy as well.
So Jamie, let's talk a little bit about nutrition, because milk and dairy products, I know, are more often thought about for calcium. You hear that a whole lot, but they also tend to have a lot of protein too, right?
You're right. So most consumers when they think of dairy, they think about calcium. But dairy is also a good source of protein. And most of your shoppers, they don't realize that. Consumers are eating less meals today, so they're snacking more throughout the day. And you'll see a lot of innovation from a dairy perspective. Things like these Laughing Cow cheese dippers, the protein pack, drinkable yogurt, things that can be consumed on the go, but still provide a good source of protein and a bump of protein to keep you fueled through the day.
But what I thought I would do, because I'm pushing something new on this, I'm pushing this social media strategy, what I thought I'd do is bring the CEO of our social media agency partner on board. Eric, why don't you come over and have a seat here? Eric, why don't you introduce yourself, a little bit about your background, and then I'll ask you 2 or 3 quick questions.
Certainly. Eric Anderson with AR Marketing. We're located out of Findlay, Ohio. I've been in the grocery business for about 20 years. I managed a large chain out of Ohio, which makes our approach a little different, I think, than some agencies.
Because you were a retailer, you're a grocer.
I've lived it. I understand it, for sure. And so we started in 2009, and we're a full-service agency. We offer all types of services to mainly independent grocers. That's our sweet spot.
When you and I first met, I was struck by a couple of things. The first one is that you are a retailer, and it's so unusual to have a retailer end up in the ad business. And I worked in the ad business for a long time, and I was alone in every meeting. It was just me and a bunch of people that spent their time in advertising. And it was so obvious how naive they were about the mechanics of what it takes to drive traffic in a retail store. Because you can do some beautiful, you can waste a bunch of time and money in marketing and branding, and they may have long-term effects, but man, you have to drive traffic this weekend. And so that impressed me about you. And the second is you had a very pragmatic approach that you work with retailers. Now, Eric, you are already working with some of our IGA retailers, and you work with a bunch of independents that are on IGA too.
Yep.
So a lot of the guys are on the phone, and they listened to this today, and they saw me pushing social media. Haven't really talked about it as aggressively as I did today. And they're sitting there going, wait a second now, Facebook is going to drive more traffic than my print ad. How can that possibly be? They've never had an experience with it. It does seem fantastical. Because often social media looks really lightweight.
Right.
It's a bunch of silly pictures and cat videos, right? and so it's like seems inconceivable that might be a replacement, or at least an adjunct, but maybe even a replacement long term for what works so hard in print. But you've got real experience with this, right? So what's happening?
We do, and it is market specific. There are markets that we currently service that have made the jump away from the traditional print, and I know it. Every week, I should say, is its own P&L with a retailer.
Yeah. Well, hello everyone. I'm here with Sean Tuckett with WebStop. You're the Vice President of Sales and Services, and welcome to IGA TV.
Thanks.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Well, hopefully it's not too painful. We'll make it really easy. So, hey, you've been a Red Oval partner for a number of years. For the retailers out there that don't know what WebStop does, why don't you do a quick overview of the company?
Sure. So if you don't know about WebStop, we are a digital solutions provider for grocers. So think of us as the digital marketing partner for a retailer. If you have questions about your website, you need an email product, you need a mobile app, you need some advice on how to just put it all together, we're your source for that. And we also provide the tools. So our primary tools that we provide are the website, the email, and the mobile apps for retailers.
Now, you've been at this a long time. WebStop
I'm only 33, so when we talk long time, I don't want to make it sound too long. But yeah, I've been with the company for almost 10 years now, and it's actually my father who started the company. So even when I was in high school, I was still entering recipes and helping out that way. So.
Well, we all get started in retail in a weird way. I was cleaning out bottles and
well, there you go.
Sweeping up the back of the store. So, but 10 years ago in the digital era, I mean that's
that's eons, right? I mean, that was
Absolutely.
really, really early days. When your father, when you guys first brought the company to the fore, you were kind of having to explain to retailers what the internet was all going to be about.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, back in the late 90s when WebStop originally started, I mean, it was a wild, wild west. Nobody knew what the internet was. You could charge astronomical prices for websites because just nobody had any idea. Quickly that changed. You couldn't just do that anymore. And people begin to understand more what digital has to offer. But absolutely, it used to be, do I even need this website? Is the internet going to be something that's around for a while? I mean, you think about having those conversations back in the day, and now we see where we are.
Now you do a direct mail or an email program as well, correct?
Yep, email.
So describe that just briefly.
Yeah, so email. So, most grocers are used to their flyer going out once a week. The flyer goes out in the paper, it goes out, direct. So what we've done is we've made a digital version of that. So now when you have a new flyer that you're posting online, when we're publishing new digital items for you, an email goes out right with those. So just like you used to get your newspaper that had your ad in it, each week when the ad comes out, you get an email with your ad in it. And that's just the first step. There's many different types of mixes we do with that email. A lot of retailers will do like a secondary email during the week where it's just hot items, so like your bargain buys or the blue light specials, these things, we got to get rid of them. So, let's put them on a great price, make it only available on Friday, shoot an email to them Thursday night, say, come in tomorrow for this exclusive sale. Get that extra trip back. If you can get that extra trip, we work with a lot of our retailers to just try to get those shoppers back in for one more visit a week. So we'll use email to drive that additional visit.